communicate across this was great. But next steps, it can't just be something that we've made that's nice, that's very pretty, that doesn't go anywhere. So we obviously only had the funding to make it, so now it's developing that and building that into all of our programs across 3 organizations, which is a great start. So looking at, we're in the development now of different trainings around this and incorporating this into the champions training so that professionals are trained on it. But it's also asking you to pick it up and you to start thinking about this. And even if I always say with my stuff, if you leave here today and you go home and you tell someone like, I went to the craziest talk today about, I was just expecting to go and have a cup of coffee and like learn something nice, and then there was this whole talk about like planning for my death, and you're like, wow. But it starts, even that starts the conversation, even if you're like, and I don't want to talk about it again for 3 weeks, I don't want to talk about it again, maybe ever, but you might find that it comes up again. So even just laying kind of those seeds for us. This is what somebody in the reference group said back on it. I'm proud of us, and I'm proud of what we put together. And I think that's really the piece of it, because what we put together did take in as many perspectives as we had at the table. And like one really tangible piece, I actually can't believe I don't think it's in this document, but it did get updated online, is for people who haven't had their gender identity recognized legally and are at end of life. We've been able to create a fast track path to recognize gender identity. So as before, it might take a few months. We've been able to work with those departments to make sure that can be done in a couple of days now. So something as tangible as that means a person will be legally recognized in legal documents after they've died. So, like, if nothing else came from this, that I'm really proud to even be associated with the project. I got to do that. So that's kind of the overarching. There's lots of little nitty-gritty stuff we could get into on that, but that's a lot of information. Probably some of that you're totally not interested in. Others might be more interested in different parts of it. So I'll kind of pause there. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Right over. I was like, okay. I'll pause there. We do have time for questions if there are ones that you're wanting to ask, and if you're thinking, I want to ask that, but not in front of a whole group of people, I'll be around with your lunch, so don't feel like you have to. But any kind of questions burning up?